We're excited to have Josh Richards, a famous social media star with over 22 million followers on TikTok. He recently got involved with Triller, as you know, TikTok is rumored to be closing, all that, etc. He's a chief strategy officer, and we're excited to have you on, Josh. Hello, how are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Will you just, if some people in the audience aren't familiar with you, even though many of the people in the world are, how would you describe yourself and what you do?
Yeah, so I'm an 18-year-old influencer. I really started my journey this last summer when I co-founded TalentX along with Michael Gruen. I found that creators weren't treated equally in the space, so I had to do something about it. From there, we went on to create a couple more companies. We did Annie Energy, which is an energy drink company I have. I acquire equity in a lot of companies as well. I'm working on something with a dog food company, and we're working with a few other founders that I got to keep kind of hush-hush, but yeah.
So wait, you jumped and you got my thing. So the dog food company, my daughter Raleigh's probably freaking out. What made you get into a dog food company?
I have a dog myself.
What kind?
It's a husky, Siberian husky.
You got any photos that you want to show of the dog?
I don't have any photos I could show you right now, sadly, because I'm on my phone.
All right.
Yeah, beautiful dog, blue eyes, like brown and white fur. And I also had a dog at home, which was Maltipoo. I just had like grown up loving dogs. And when I had a dog of my own out in LA, and this company came up to me and we started talking. What I loved about their company is every single time someone buys a bag of dog food from them, one gets donated to a pound like a shelter. So then it was just giving back. It was a project that I thought was really, really cool. So
I love that. We just got a Shih-Poo. So you had a Maltipoo, we have a Shih Tzu, poodle. Yeah. So that's awesome. So that's how you got involved. A question I have, because I've been asked this, how does someone like the dog food company reach out to you? Like, how do they get in touch? I mean, you have, how'd that deal come about? Or in general, how does some of this stuff come about?
Yeah, I mean, that was actually through Triller.
Okay.
But a lot of the times what happens is we'll get close with these companies that we work with. If it's, me being CSO at Triller or me at TalentX, like when I make those relationships with those founders of those companies, and then they have relationships with other founders, they'll just start bringing me into those conversations more and more. And I just start being introduced to some really powerful people and try to, leave a good first impression so that they think about me, and then they'll start bringing me into their projects.
Yeah, no, it's all, as you know, it's all relationships. So yeah. we're going to circle back a little bit about like your past, but so I'm assuming you worked with Mike Liu, and that's how this came about. Because you and your crew, at your house could have started your own TikTok competitor in pretty easily.
That's what we were going to do, actually.
You were?
Yeah. So I remember the dinner, actually. We were sitting there.
How long ago was this?
Michael.
I need like a timeline, so to speak.
Yeah, this was about 5 to 6 months ago now.
Before Corona?
No, not before
Okay.
Corona.
All right.
Not before Corona. And there were the rumors on social media of TikTok being, this very unsafe app. Your data is being hacked. All the rumors with China. And an article saying that TikTok was looking at being shut down. So then we started kind of freaking out a little bit and trying to come to the solution. And our first thought was, why don't we create our own version? Once we looked into doing that, we actually got paired with the team over at Triller and started talking with Ryan Kavanaugh. And then we just found they were very forward-thinking, creator first. They were listening to a lot of the ideas we were giving them, and they put us in positions with power so that we could actually influence what happened on the app. So, I mean, it was just a perfect fit, really.
Got it. And I know you're not going to give details on this, but I mean, I think Triller maybe filed a SPAC, but I'm assuming you got some, interest in the company, a little bit of equity and all that.
Yeah, we invested in the company.
Oh, you actually put hard cash in it?
Yeah, we actually put money into the company as well.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you think about it, I mean, TikTok, you guys are the assets. I mean, every day you guys go on there, you're the assets. But we'll go back to the thing. So then, you said you invested in a lot of like different companies. You're angel investing, basically. You're going to a bunch of startups. How old are you right now? How old are you?
I'm 18.
Okay. So you're angel investing. How many like angel investments have you made so far? I know there's a lending one for 401k stuff, because the guy reached out to me a couple of days ago, and it's actually a smart thing to maximize your 401k. And the kid's a mad genius, like the youngest kid at Northwestern or something. What's the company name? Give him a shout out.
LendTable.
Yeah.
Shout out to LendTable. Great investment there. Sheridan is their founder.
How'd you find it?
Oh, that's actually was through just another investor we knew. Just deal flow that they were just bringing us some of their deal flow, so we got tossed in that deal. But yeah, shout out to Sheridan, great founder, absolute genius.
So do you love the angel investing? Do you want to do a lot more of it? Like, what's your strategy for the angel investing?
Yeah. So as of right now, I'm taking it a little bit slow in the sense of how big my check sizes are, because I want to also learn a lot while I'm doing this. And I know personally, I'm not going to start off and be the best angel investor. So strategy right now is just take every single meeting that I find interesting for angel investing, meet with those founders, actually get on those calls, talk to them, ask as many questions as I can. And we're throwing in small checks to a few companies that we find are very interesting.
No, I mean, I'm older than you. That's the only way. And you want to make some mistakes. I'm just going to give you one like bad story. You know Twitch, obviously. So It used to be Justin TV, right? So you're 18, so you have many years. You're way earlier than me, but I was like probably 24. I didn't have any money, and I was working at this company, and I saw Justin Kahn walking around campus with this camera on his head. So I didn't know anything about internet. I mean, I had internet companies back then, like a college bookstore. I reach out to Justin Kahn. I think Emmett writes back to me. We get on a call. They're raising their first round. It was a $1.5 million at a $4.5 million valuation. So I talked to them, or $5.5 million valuation. I talked to them, and we want strategic investors. Well, I wasn't too strategic back then. So I didn't know Mark Cuban for the life of me. I didn't know him. I sent Mark Cuban a cold email and saying, I found this company. Are you interested? Et cetera, et cetera. So Cuban's like, I love it. Cuban gets on the call with them on conference, and he was going to be in the deal. I think he was going to be in for $1 million, and out of like a 5.5. And Mark would hopefully throw me something. I had no money to my name. Like I was just randomly scrappy, and hopefully I got something. So Mark's about to close, and then Justin, Emmett, or whoever come back like a week later, or like 3 weeks later. We're actually going to raise 2.5 at a 7.5 million. And Mark's like, oh, I don't like that. You guys aren't being, it's too much money at this stage. So Mark didn't do the deal. I didn't get my warrants or whatever at a $7.5 million valuation, and then it sold for $1 billion to Amazon. So that's the story. And like, maybe if I was in California and I wasn't in Detroit at the time, we would have got it done. But that's my sob story with Twitch. And you'll have those. You'll miss like the
missing
comms.
the unicorns. Yeah.
Missing the unicorns. You want to miss as few unicorns as possible, but I'm sure you won't miss many, because the deals will come to you. Okay, so I just want to take people back, because people are asking me, like, how did this guy Josh Richards get his start? And I think you're from Canada. And will you just give us a little background, like your siblings, a little bit about that, and how this all came about? And I'll just shut up.
100%. So my social media start all actually happened when I was 14 years old. My sister, who is 1.5 years younger than me, her name's Olivia. She was filming Musical.ly, because it was Musical.ly at the time. It hadn't been acquired by ByteDance yet and switched over to TikTok. So she was filming her video. I got in it. It did really well on her account. The comments were asking her, like, what is my username and what my account is. And I was like, a 14-year-old boy, right, with all these girls commenting on my sister's post about like, oh, what's his username? Who is he? So I was kind of like feeling myself. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make a Musical.ly account.
Okay. Wow.
So I made one, and then I had like a set goal. I had everything planned out, like my follower growth a day. I knew exactly what I needed to hit for that, how many posts. And I was like, if I can get 10,000 followers by the end of the summer, then I'll keep going with this social media stuff. And one of my videos blew up right before the end of summer, like 2 days, I think.
Wait, how many posts were you doing a day, though? Or is it like one? Was it
3 posts a day?
3 posts a day. And were they all just random? Like, was there a strategy to it? Like, were you looking
at the start when I was doing Musical.ly, it was a lot different of a platform, and the only way that you could really grow is from either collabs or live streaming. And then the third way to grow, which was like the hardest, was when you got a video featured. So they would pretty much, like, instead of the For You page, it used to be called the featured page, and they would only go in and select. They like handpicked who went on the featured page, but it would only be like for one video, right? So they might go into one of your videos and feature it, but they'll never do it again for the rest of your videos. And you will get a little like red tag on your post that said featured, so you would know if it was featured or not.
Got it. Okay.
So anyways, that was the only way to grow. I had one of those posts that blew up and had that feature before school started, before summer ended. gave me 20,000 followers. So I was like, all right, I'm getting into this. I'm going to do this. And then it just kind of like kept escalating from there. I signed with a manager maybe a year after that. And then I started doing, some brand deals. I got into the social media touring space. I did 2 tours, not the summer that just passed, but the one before that.
Like you go to different cities and like speak or something, or
meet and greet tours.
Yeah,
so we would just go, and they would have a lineup. They would come in, take pictures, say hi. We'd sign stuff. They'd buy merch. It was very like meet and greet convention.
Yep. Okay.
And then after the tour, came to LA, took some of my friends that were on that tour with me, and we met up with Bryce Hall. We all started hanging out, and then that's when Sway was born.
Got it. So that's where you met Bryce Hall.
Yeah, I met Bryce Hall in LA after my touring. So I've known him for about a year now.
So when you were in Canada, where were you from in Canada?
I'm from outside of Toronto. It's about an hour and a half east. It's called Cobourg. Very small town.
We're based in Detroit, and so we're like 4 hours away from Toronto. So,
okay, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever been to Detroit, but
I have actually.
For what? Just hockey?
It was for a tour.
Oh, it was for a tour. Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't call us. All right, next time. Well, because you were a good weren't you a good like hockey player or lacrosse?
I did play hockey growing up. Yeah, I played hockey from about 7 years old until I was 14, 15.
Did you want to be a pro at the time?
Oh, that's all I wanted. I would go into the garage every single day and just shoot like 500 pucks because I knew I had to be like, I wanted to be the best so badly. And I knew I was going to like, in my head, I knew I was going to be in the NHL. So, yeah.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'1".
And so what position did you play in hockey?
I was a centerman.
Oh, so you were like sweet.
I mean, I don't think I was sweet. I was all right. I was all right at hockey.
Oh, baloney. 500 pucks. Yeah, okay. That's good motivation for you kids out there. You got to do 1,000 hits.
Do 1,000 shots a day. Get in your garage. Buy some fake ice. Do it.
There you go. All right. So the question I have then, so in Canada, then you go to the social media tour, then you come to LA. Were you big time famous when you were in Canada, or did LA make the night and day difference?
LA definitely made the night and day difference. I actually think it wasn't LA. I think it was the touring that started my blow up. But it was so crazy because I lived in such a small, secluded town that everyone in my town already knew who I was before I did social media, because you knew everyone that you grew up with. Like, there were not a lot of kids living there. So I never really experienced the fame until I completely left Canada.
Got it.
And that's
but in Canada, you had to be, I know it's a small town, but you had to be somewhat famous because they wouldn't invite you to the tour, right? I mean,
yeah. And the thing was like I was starting to get a lot of likes on my videos because I knew how the algorithm worked on TikTok. So I knew how to make videos blow up, but I wasn't getting that engaged audience yet, where they were like ride or die fans, like they will do anything you say. Like, it wasn't like at that point yet. It was more of the, oh, this video is cool, I'm gonna like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's where you got more of your story, and you moved into the house and all that, and then you get started to tell a story. And I see you're wearing a full send hat, the Nelk Boys, and people follow the crazy, right? I mean, look, is that
100%. I mean, when we moved into the house, it takes we had 6 people that moved in at the start, and all 6 of us were already people on social media. We were already established on social media. So it wasn't like one big social media influencer trying to blow up 5 others in the house, which is what you saw with Jake Paul and Team 10 when he did his house. It was Jake Paul was the star. Let's blow up all these people that I bring into the house. Instead, we went about it with, here are 6 people that are already big. Let's see what they can do when they all come together.
Got it. And so that's probably, they say you're the average of the 5 people around you. So that probably made you guys even stronger when you see your other buddy.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's followers just translated to the other people. So like all my followers went to Bryce, and Bryce's went to mine. And then, those followers went to Jaden, and Jaden's went to Anthony's goes to Keo. And it's just this big circle.
Got it. Okay. That is sweet. And so that's where it came about. And that's like, partner sites, whatever. You complimentary, you relay them. They're not going to just watch you. They'll watch it. You get basically, and what's crazy is you got ABC, CBS, NBC, and these movie channels. The video screen is you guys. I mean, it's watching you guys.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy in that regard. And then we're going to get to some stuff with what you're doing with Portnoy. We're going to get to that very shortly. Okay. And so the thing, you moved to LA, you got with these guys, and I saw Bryce. He's doing this with something. Anthony Papolino, who was on our show a couple weeks ago, like a finance investing thing. Are you doing anything around investing? Like not angel, but like, do you want to get like so Benzinga? We have like, I don't know, 6 million or 10 million people come to our site every month and all these things. But like, are you looking to get an investing message out there? Like how Bryce was trying to figure out how to learn to invest, because they don't teach financial literacy growing up. It's ridiculous.
Not at all.
So
they don't teach it. They don't teach it is what I'm saying. For me personally, do I want to get more into investing? 100%.
You don't want to teach it.
I feel like I want to first learn and kind of show people my learning experience, like Bryce is doing with his podcast. I'm finding a different way to do that.
Got it.
And we actually do have something in the works right now that's going to be really, really cool. It's going to teach Gen Z how to build a company, and you don't need to be rich to build a company. You don't need to be a celebrity. And it's going to be a really, really awesome series. But
when you just got to be, and then I know I listened to you about mental health when you took a social media break, when people were like, I mean, the bowling, like when you started doing Musically, you got bullied a little bit and you turned off it for a couple months. Will you just quickly talk about that, I guess?
Yeah, of course. So when I was in 9th grade, I was going into my high school year, and that's when I started doing social media. Probably the worst combo to be a freshman and doing social media, which is like a hated on thing in high school. But I went into my school being a popular kid. Like I played sports. I knew every senior. Like I ran track. So I was already friends with these people. So it was a really, really weird and like strange atmosphere for me to walk into and just start getting made fun of instantly. Like down the hall, people calling me slurs. If it's like just bumping into me in the hallway and like pretending it's an accident. And that was like the first time I ever experienced backlash, like from social media at all. And so I wasn't used to that, being a kid that was kind of popular growing up. And I just was like, all right, well, if it's going to bring me like this sadness, I'm not going to do it. So I quit for about 3 months, I think. And then one of my friends literally talked to me. Marky and Jason were the two people. So I got to shut them out. But they just said, Josh, like, it does not make sense that you're going to give up doing this when you had such a cool opportunity just because people were making fun of you. Like, why? And that's when it kind of hit me and completely changed like my mindset on social media, where it's really about having fun. It does not matter what other people think, because if no one hates you, then you're probably doing something wrong, actually, because like you can't make everyone happy. It's not how life is.
But it must be the strangest feeling ever. Like, I'm assuming you're not a controversial guy. It must be the strangest feeling ever, getting random people messaging you, hey, you're a douche or stuff like that, because you want to talk to them, like, but you can't at the level you're at now. And I know exactly, like, you just can't. But like, I mean, it's just crazy. It's crazy what people say behind a screen and not in person, because like I can tell you're a good guy, great heart, decent guy.
Thank you. Like, no, yeah, I think that the thing that sucks the most is that comments and the media, like, and whoever posts certain clips, they always like twist what's actually going on in the video, or they like twist what people mean, and like you see that a lot with like people's words being taken the wrong way, and how sensitive like today like generation is. I just think it holds back the content creator, because they're always so scared of being canceled, right?
Yeah,
it's like, I make one little wrong move and then everyone just hates on me for no reason. There's nothing I can do about it. I can't learn from it. I can't say I'm sorry. I can't make a mistake.
It's crazy, and feedback is mostly negative these days. Like, how often are you getting someone, hey, you really inspired me, and So we only have a short little time. I'm gonna do it fast. I got a couple questions from the guys who are the producers on this thing. You said you figured out the algorithm for TikTok, or one of the things. What'd you figure out? If you don't want to say, you don't have to.
No, I can 100% say. I've been pretty open about this. When TikTok first came out and they established the For You page, It was brand new to the app. There were 2 people on the app that figured it out. It was Cash Baker, and then it was me. And pretty much what you needed to do to get your video a ton of likes and a ton of views was shares. It was all shares and comments at the start. Like, those were the 2 things TikTok had in their algorithm to make a video blow up. So what I took away from that was, all right, what is a video I can create that I know people are either going to save to their favorites or send to someone, right? Because that would count as a share, and that was more valuable than a comment. So then what I did was I started creating tutorial videos, and with those videos, I would show people a really quick 15, 30 seconds on how to do a trick on TikTok. So if it was a TikTok transition, if it was how to film a really cool like video, and so on and so forth. And what happened is those videos everyone would save them because they would want to go try them later, right? Or they would want to know how to do what I was doing. And my videos would blow up. I was getting 70 million views, like 50 million views, 30 million views. And these videos were kind of what actually started my growth in TikTok.
The tutorial videos, did you just do that on your own, or you saw someone else was doing it and it was really successful?
The tutorials was from, actually, I did one tutorial because a comment on my post asked me, how did I do this? And once I saw that comment, I was like, every comment section in videos that blow up, they always are asking the people about the video. So if I just show people how to do the video, they're gonna interact with it well. And so that's kind of where I went to starting doing tutorials.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. There's a guy here in Detroit, and what he does this thing like, if you believe this, if the number's 5, whatever, and they think it's gonna be some magic trick, but it's not, and he's just like making them stay longer, and he's gotten like 300,000 followers by doing that, and they're the worst videos ever because it doesn't do anything. His name, I don't want to say his name, whatever. So, but yours were actually good. Yours were actually good. Well, this is pretty funny. We never had a TikTok, Benzinga. So our first TikTok ever, we have like 35,000 followers, but our first TikTok ever was when I was live on a show. I give stock picks out, and I have a decent track record, but like our first one, I was live on a show, and I said I bought Express Spa for some reason. And as I said it, the stock started moving. And then within like 10 minutes, it was up 150%. And so we made it into a TikTok thing. The first one we ever did, and we opened the account for it, got 1 million views. And I hear that's rare for your first video. And we haven't had 1 million views like that, but it was not, the Benzinga account. It was just like showing a stock pick, but people wanted to see the pick. I get your point about the tutorial, you know? So then one more on the stocks. Do you own any stocks?
Not currently, no.
Okay. So you mentioned your deals, your business deals that you're looking to do. Charlie D'Amelio did a deal with Dunkin', as you probably know, Charlie. Justin Bieber did with Crocs. I don't know if you know this, but like, D'Amelio added billions of dollars in value in market cap for Dunkin'. Same thing with Bieber. Like, you probably have stuff in the works, but these public companies, are you looking at the opportunities of where you're going to go with your brand in relation to that? Any like public companies that deal you want to break the news here, and we'll get it out in a couple of days?
Yeah, I can definitely like touch on that. So here's my strategy, right? And what you said is kind of my thing. Like, you almost answered your own question. So you know how you just said, like, because of Charlie doing this Dunkin' deal, she added billions of dollars in market for Dunkin', right? Charlie doing that deal.
100%.
Right?
Yep.
Right? So she didn't get paid billions of dollars, though, obviously. My theory is own everything, right? If I can go and create an energy drink instead of getting sponsored by Red Bull or Bang Energy, who I know will pay me millions of dollars to do so, the reason they're paying me millions of dollars is because they know I can make their company more than millions of dollars. So if I have that power, I might as well do that myself, grow my own company, scale my company, and then sell it and exit with equity.
So, right. And so it's like 50 Cent. You're looking for the distributor, and you put your brand on it. What's the name of the energy drink again for the audience?
It's Annie Energy.
Yep. And you're doing it with Bryce, right?
Bryce Hall, yeah.
Yep. Okay. Now the thing that, brand new, like BFF, Dave Portnoy from Barstool, who retweets me sometimes, and one time actually got mad at us, called us the suits, but we're the anti-suits. We're like, we provide data like to some of the brokerages that he uses, and like Reuters, Bloomberg, those are the suits. We're the opposite. And one time, but anyways, I got it's funny, but I mean, he's the best, and he just says it like he is. He's the best. Tell us how this came about. I like this, and yeah, give that little quick story, and then I think we have like a couple minutes left, and then the little kids will come in and say hi. But
so actually pretty funny story how I met Dave. He was tweeting about a controversy I was in at the time, and he was calling us wiggle dickers. He was calling TikTokers wiggle dickers. And then
he makes up the best names, by the way. I don't know
the best.
How does he do it? Like, how does that brain work? He went to Michigan. I went to Michigan. What water was he drinking? I don't get it.
I have no idea, man. I need some though.
By the way, are you gonna go to college, or this is your college?
This is my college.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So my team started freaking out, and they were like, "How do we connect you with Dave? We got to set something up." So they started working and like using their connections. Finally got in contact with Dave and asked if Dave wanted to do an Instagram live.
Was it Mike the way it did that again?
Yeah, Mike. Yeah, Mike was doing it. So shout out Mike McGurran, always doing his best for me. But we get connected, we get put on an Instagram live together, and we just started flowing, like going back and forth. He's asking me about the situation, we're cracking jokes. Then Snapchat reached out about doing a show. We said no, but then we talked to Dave more, and we're like, maybe there's something here though with you and Josh, and that's kind of where the podcast came to be.
So, and it's BFF, but so I don't know how you want to get into it. You're doing it on the Barstool network, but I don't know what you could say, but like, how does that like the deal? What's like the structure? Like, what's a structure for a deal for a podcast? I mean, everyone knows the whole celebrity thing with, the girls and that show, Call Me Daddy, but I know this is different, but how do you go about that, I guess?
No, I have an amazing deal with them. It's very much so more of a business partner deal than like a client and manager deal. I guess that's like the best way to put it, in being allowed to talk about it. You know what I mean?
I want the exact numbers. Come on, dude.
Give me how much money you've been paid.
Yeah, you're already you're come on. The BFF, Best Friends Forever, is already like number 40 in the thing, and you barely started, right?
I know. We literally launched it yesterday. It was top 10 podcasts, top 10 shows. So
I'm underselling it. Sorry, that was a mistake.
Absolutely amazing. It's crazy. I did not expect it to like blow up in the way it did. But Dave always has something up his sleeve. So of course he just played it perfectly. And yeah, I'm excited for that podcast, man.
And it's LA, like you and his New York, Barstool, give us like, what are some things that, if you come and listen to it, like what's the.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you're getting the in of two completely different worlds. I am very much so in the Gen Z social media drama, hardcore partying, not knowing what they're doing with their money influencer area, if that makes sense. It was a weird description, but just like I'm in the influence. This is how I should say it. I'm in the influencer space of Gen Z, where Dave is more in the sports and college guy demographic.
Yeah, and so the way I took it is, it's a way like, how you with your buddies in the Sway House, it's a way how you guys can like sell, or not sell, but complimentary things. Like, I didn't even know what the business deal is of it, and I'm glad you got a good business deal, but like you're finding a new audience in it. You know what I mean?
100%. And we're cross-breeding audiences, right? Like Dave doesn't have my audience, and I don't have Dave's audience. So it's the best of both worlds when you're pairing us together. Why we called it BFFs as well, because it's pretty funny that a 42-year-old man and like a 18-year-old is like called best friends. You know what I'm saying?
No, and it's a fun. Who thought of the name, by the way? Because I'm gonna say
that was Dave. I'll give Dave the credit on that one.
So Dave thought of the BFF, because the thing I was gonna say is like, it made me look into it further to see, do they know each other? But that one moment of discovery like helps get intrigue into it. And and people like may make fun of you guys without the shirts on. But I actually find it motivating a little bit. Like, I need to get in shape, and I'm like, all right, these guys, I don't know.
I mean,
you know
you found out what we're trying to do. We were just trying to motivate people. We're not trying to just, walk around with our shirts off.
Have you always did you always work out like that, or you always like? 'Cause I know you played hockey.
So I've always been athletic. I've always been a big sports person. I played high school. I played on the high school basketball team, badminton.
You were always competitive.
I played soccer. I played hockey. I did it all. I love sports, but I wasn't ever in the gym working out. I was always a really small kid. I was 5'1" in my freshman year. I was 90 pounds. Oh yeah, dude.
So my son Josh still has hope. Yeah, okay, that's good.
He does.
Yeah.
Hey, I did all my growing within the last 8 months. So.
Wow. And because you probably did all the travel sports, and Josh was like a travel baseball player, all that. And by the way, some people would say behind your back, like, you're not going to college, you're missing out on the fun. But I know from, listening to you with Wolf of Wall Street, you're having more fun than probably 100 college kids combined, right?
We do pretty well for ourselves in that department of having fun. Yeah. All
right. So to conclude this, or is there anything else that you wanted to say, Josh, that I missed? Because we'll write stories about this. We'll edit this out. Is there anything that we did a little bit more than I even thought we were going to do? Is there anything you want to say before my co-host come in for just a minute or two?
No, I think I'm good.
I just
and I've been waiting the whole interview just to talk to your co-host here.
Yeah. So, see how it's. But by the way, I'll tell you this. Mark my words. It's 2000. Well, I don't know what the date is. Mark my words, and I did this about someone else. It's October 14th, 2020. If Josh Richards was a stock, you'd buy it in a big way. Like, if you could sell 10% of your proceeds over the next 30 years. I mean, the reason I say it, because there's cocky jerks who oh, I'm going to do this, but you're just so level, you know what I mean? And you can just tell. You can tell the personality. Do you know what I mean? Now, I know you're going to get the issue where I know you already get people come up to you, and then you have to be nice, because if you're not nice, the one time they come up to you, they think you're a jerk forever. And that's, so that's the challenge. But all right, we're live here, guys. You want to talk to him for a quick second? You had that question. You had that question, but I didn't ask him. I'm going to let you ask.
Are you at the Sway House right now?
I'm at the Sway House right now. Yeah. I'm in. Do you know where Bryce's room looks like?
No, I don't know what his room looks like.
Oh well, if you've seen it in TikToks, this is it.
Oh, that's big.
That's his room.
Yeah, he has a big room. It's crazy. You guys want to see something cool?
Yes.
I did a little painting on his wall. I'll show you.
Oh, was he mad at you or no?
He was a little mad. But look, that's me holding him on a leash. Pretty cool, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Did you paint that?
I hired a painter to come and do it.
Oh.
Is that funny?
Yeah.
Yes.
Should we have him come to Detroit one time?
Yes.
I mean, do you follow Rocket Mortgage at all?
Do I follow?
I mean, not follow. Have you heard of Rocket Mortgage?
No.
Quicken Loans. You ever never heard of those? Quicken Loans, Rocket Mortgage. Well, they're like the biggest advertiser for sports in the world.
Okay.
And 100 Thieves.
Yes.
Yeah, they're an investor, but the Rocket Mortgage, Quicken Loans, we're in the same buildings. Guy Dan Gilbert owns the Cavaliers, and so he's like an investor in our company. Whatever. Okay, guys, all listeners, you got to go get Sway merch. Where do they get it?
I mean, you can either go to shopjoshrichards.com, or you can go to I think you can just look up Sway LA.
All right, congrats, man. Good luck, and we'll up it. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.